Hello everybody and welcome back to MakeShift. Last time we built the beach restoration project, everything is kind of going well. There's been some finickiness with the system, but overall it's been good. People have signed up, as you can see, and started working on quests. The problem though is we don't actually have anything to give out yet. We need the honeycombs to make the honey tokens, which is exactly what we're gonna do today. But my first order of business is I need me one of these. I've been using like normal chests for so long, and let me tell you, it is terrible. It's so bad. So I gotta take a look at how you make one of these, and I gotta make one myself. So I'm gonna need some of these, some copper rods, bit of redstone. Gonna need some food too. Comes in a nice little package for me. Going to need a stock link, 4 packagers, a stock ticker. So I'm going to need 4 packagers. Barrel here, barrel here. I need my cart assembler so I can carry this thing around with me. 2 chutes, a stock link, stock ticker, a lever with this on, and now I need a blaze burner. And I'm thinking probably Vi has a blaze spawner I could right click with this. Do you by chance have a blaze spawner I could right click this with?
Oh, I'm so close to selling them, but yeah, come with me.
All right, we'll speed. Oh! All right, it's ready. Blaze burner right here, and I think this should work. So I think I put items in from right here. Oh, I think I have to bind it. So bind it to that guy there. See, I should have like read everything before I did this. There we go. Now we're working. I can just go ahead and put everything in here. Look at that. Oh yeah, this is a lifesaver, and I should be able to see everything. This is the best thing ever in Create Mod, let me tell you guys. So now I'm able to dump all of my stuff into here. Perfect. And even better is I can go ahead and attach everything of here like so. And then I should be able to pick the contraption up. There we go. And now I have my storage just on me in my inventory at all times. So for starters, I'm gonna need a lot of bees and a lot of beehives. Now, I have enough to make 7 beehives. I would like to make 9, but I mean, this is a start. Now, I'm also gonna need a whole bunch of bees. So a good way of getting bees is actually planting birch trees next to flowers. I feel like I could totally get more birch saplings. Let me go ahead and find some. So I'm gonna need a whole bunch of stuff to compost to make bone meal. Hopefully 10 composters is enough. Have some belts going around, a bit of water power. And let's get a whole bunch of compostable items. And then we should have some bone meal to work with. You know, I originally thought, oh yeah, straw works with this. Any beehives? Come on. So far the beehive count is 0. Oh, nope. We got one. We got a bee. We got a bunch of bees. Oh yes, we finally did it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's go ahead and take these guys and latch them onto here. I'm so happy about that. Anyways, it's time to grind for more bees. Oh, is that what I think it is? I think we got another beehive. 2 more. Now we can start breeding them. There we go. So now we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bees. Oh, we got a beehive. Oh my God, we got another one on the second try. This one has 3 bees in it. Are you serious? Alrighty, so bees, we now have a lot of them. Look at this. This is beautiful. So I'm gonna clean up my mess. I mean, yeah, this is just this is beautiful. I love the bees. We get rid of this too. So now I need to put these bees to work. Yes, that is what they're here for. Unfortunately, they are going to be working for me. I know, I fit right in, right? So I have a plan. I'm gonna make an 18 beehive honeycomb farm. We'll more than likely be expanding this in the future, but this also means we can start selling things, including honey. So I have been breeding the bees. Look at this. There's a good amount of them. And I want them to reside in another beach house, kind of like this, probably a little bit smaller. And we need a whole bunch of dispensers, which I don't actually have any string, but I do know that there's a community wool farm. Oh yeah, this is getting turned into string. Alrighty, so I'm probably gonna have the farm somewhere, if I had to guess, around over here somewhere, probably next to the house. So around here somewhere, I want to have another kind of beach house. And you know, I actually want to see, do I have any pale wood? I remember someone giving me some at some point. I do. I want to actually use pale wood for this. So I have a bit of an idea of what I want to do for this thing. I think it'll look pretty good actually, so I think this is perfect time for a montage. It feels like we haven't done a good little time lapse in a while, even though we did like 2 episodes ago. So you should be hearing music. Let's get this building down. All right, so unfortunately, the replay is broken. I have no idea what happened to it, so I'm gonna have to show you guys the house here. I really like it. It looks nicer than the other house. That was kind of the point. I want to see if I can carry this beach village with a bunch of different themes. I like it. This is an orange house. I'm gonna do a bunch of different colors. The inside is nice too. Will this be enough room for a honey farm? Realistically, probably not, but that's okay. I plan on just going under the stilts. If not, or going to the roof. I don't know. It'll be fine, I think. Anywho, we have a honey farm to make. I'm gonna need to make a whole bunch of create components for this. And Vi actually gave me a really good idea to use a moving deployer in order to connect, or in order to collect from the beehives. I'm hoping that saves space. So actually, I probably don't even need these dispensers. And I'm also double hoping that I have enough stuff for this to even work. You know, I could also always just make gantry shafts. You know, this is not a bad idea. Place my dandelions down so the bees can go ahead and pollinate them. This part is pretty simple. So I'm gonna use a gantry carriage for this. And basically the plan is to just have the deployer have shears. I'm probably gonna have a, what are the kissy things? What are they called? What are these things? Portable storage interfaces. Right, so that way I can just connect this to a chest. Let's say I want to get this attached to here. I want to have my portable storage interface, and I want to have my deployer. Get some shears to put on this guy, and then I need the thing that controls the thing. I don't know what it's called. The sequenced gear shift. So I will go ahead and I will put the sequenced gear shift probably on this end right here. Yeah, see, I didn't really think about this too far. I'm gonna put it on the other end. Go under here, because I'm going to need some water wheels. So a whole bunch of water wheels down here. Small one over here, and have it going into here. So I want to see if this works. Yes, but it's extremely slow. Let's try and see if we can't speed this up. This is horrendous. This is so bad. But if it works, right? Yeah, that's much faster. So now I'm gonna glue my deployer on here. You will take in shears. I want the portable storage interface probably just like right here. And then I'll glue this all on. So, I mean, this setup should straight up work. Like, this doesn't need to be too much more complicated. So now I'm gonna get a cover on these beehives so I can actually get the bees in here, and then we should start making honey. So, I mean, this takes up almost no space, which is the best part about Create, is that we don't need to have a whole bunch of dispenser setups and hopper setups. The deployer should work, and it should also be able to collect the items. At least I would hope. So let's go ahead and let's grab one of these bees. Yeah. Oh, he went in. Sweet. Let's go ahead and grab 2 more. And we should be able to kind of get the honey pretty fast on these. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put all of the bees in here. I don't think I have enough. So more bee breeding will definitely have to happen. I'm going to leave some out here, but I'll be back when all the bees are inside of captivity. All right, so I ran out of bees, unfortunately, but one of these things is full of honey, so we can test this. I think it worked. We should see, hopefully, the honey get dispersed at the end here. Oh, no, I have it set up wrong. No, come back. Alrighty, so let's try this one more time. This time, most of them are actually full. I'm hoping that it collects the honeycombs and put them in here, but is that actually gonna happen? Yes, look at that, awesome, and we just got a whole bunch of honeycombs. Sweet, so that actually works pretty much exactly how we want, and this is really compact, actually. Is it tileable? I mean, it's almost tileable. We could put like 8 of these in here. I'm probably just gonna stick to like 2 of these in here, though. This isn't gonna be that big of a farm, nor did I want it to be. This was our first honey farm. But this is going to be strictly for honeycombs, this side. I am going to make a second side. I need a lot more bees, though. But the second side's going to be for honey bottles at another time. Oh, hello?
Hello there.
I brought some friends. They don't really want to climb.
No, I bet they don't. You're wrangling bees.
Yeah, I got a few more back at my house.
So this is cool. A little bit farther past what I... Yeah, that is every enchantment in the game.
Am I allowed to use these?
No, I'm gonna sell these.
I was making it.
And if you stand below this and you hold this crank,
free shower?
Just a little bit.
Anything coming out?
Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. I forgot I did something else here. Hold on. Yes.
Oh my god, what?
Oh my god. I just got 10 levels at 50.
My shovel repaired instantly, and I have 52 levels. Is that real?
Oh, this is fast. It's really fast.
What?
Oh!
So I have reason to believe the farm is now full. Let's see what happens on one, like, oh, pretty much full harvest. Just about a full harvest there. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Perfect. Uh-oh. Disaster striking. So now I can make a whole bunch more beehives. I'm going to make 2 more rows of these. So a row right here, and repeat the process. So I will be back when I have about 3 of these done in this little building, and then we can decorate it and make it all look nice. Oh, this is so funny. Look at all the baby bees. I've just been breeding them. This slot I've been breeding for like a good hour. But there's a really neat kind of trick. So there's a trick to this. So either it's nighttime or when it's daytime and they're all out, you go ahead and you move them to the other side of the tank, and then you bring another one in. And usually that works pretty well. They're much easier to handle than villagers, I will say. And we're almost full on bees over here. Everybody prepare yourselves for the loudest noise ever. Really, I love the noise. But if we go ahead and we sleep, get ready. Oh, there it is. Yep. So I also realized that we can just directly extract the honey from these beehives with pumps. So I should be able to make just 9 mechanical pumps. Another thing I did is I went ahead and I switched out the gantry shaft we had for a minecart just because it's a little more consistent. But I should be able to, I think I have to make these go the other way. That noise is amazing, seriously. But we should be able to connect all this up, and I need a big tank. Yeah, this will look really good. Have it flow directly into here, and then I had to make this all look nice somehow. So bear with me. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna need to get cogs over here. Yep, it's a bit jank, but it'll get the job done. Oh yeah, now we are getting honey. Look at this. So there are numerous applications to honey. The biggest one being I'm about to have a really good food source. But we can also make honey blocks. So now it's up to me to somehow make this thing look good. So let's grab some stuff. I'm thinking some brass scaffolding for the actual bee stuff. Something like this. It actually doesn't look too bad. This, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to mess with here. Or, well, maybe. And I'm definitely going to want a vault for all the honeycombs. Something right here. In fact, maybe a little bit even closer. And you know, I'm also... I think I want to make this a little bit, like, thinner. I don't want to be able to have this... I don't want this in my face. How about something like this? Yeah, this is much, much, much better. So I'm also going to want to get the honeycombs into this vault, so I'm going to have to, unfortunately, do some finagling here. Awesome, here we go. So now everything should straight up just go into this vault. Awesome. So I'm going to sleep through the night. Let's see if we get any more honeycombs coming in. We should hear that loud noise one more time. Oh, maybe? Yep, there it is. I've heard it like 4 times now, and I still have not gotten used to it. I think some of them are getting out. Yes, some of them definitely got out here. It looks like I'm going to have to put some more blocks in places. So I think they're getting out from right here. I really have no idea. And why not? Let's get bougie. Get some of those in there. Yeah, it's looking, it's looking kind of nice in here. It looks mechanical, which is, I kind of do like. And I'm hoping just putting a block on top right here should stop them from spawning or from popping out in that specific block. So far, we're looking good. And we have a lot of honeycombs and honey. So a little bit of a dividing wall here. It might need a little more, but unfortunately, I'm out of brass. And I do like this gold kind of brass colored theme going on here, so it'll have to wait. I would say this is the honey farm complete and done. Now on to the next thing is that we are entirely broke on pretty much everything now. It feels like we're always broke. So let's do something to remedy that. So it has become apparent that pretty much everyone except for me has a tunnel bore. And pretty much everyone else except for me has crushing wheels and an iron farm. Yeah, we really got to catch up. So 2 things on the to-do list for this chapter: tunnel bore and iron farm. The iron farm we really need for shears over here, but we're going to tie it into this chapter. So I've gone ahead, I've made 64 drills, so 8 by 8. I'm hoping that should be plenty drills. In fact, you know, I might make a little bit more. And these tunnel bore things are pretty neat, actually. Basically, what they do is they kind of self-drill. I'm going to use a minecart with furnace, so I don't have to make it too complicated, but this should be good. So I am going to make an 8 by 8. Yeah, look at this. Oh, this is awesome. But the thing is, we also need this to go ahead and deploy tracks for us. So I think I'm going to do that just like this. So it'll deploy the tracks right down here. Problem is we have to make sure there's nothing in front of this. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we have a drill here for drilling stuff that's in front of here. So we're always able to place a track. We're also going to want a mechanical plow. This is for picking up the tracks after we're done with them. So I'm just going to get some barrels onto here, have some storage. So now as soon as I go ahead and put like a bunch of rails into here, we should be able to test this thing and make sure it works. So connect it like here. Oh, look at that. So it looks like we have our thing done. Let's test this out. Oh, I hope we didn't miss anything. I don't think so. Let's test our tunnel bore out. I'm so excited. So it's pretty safe to say we're no longer that broke. If we're looking here, we're doing great on diamonds. In fact, I can finally make my first set of diamond armor. Oh, I've been waiting for this. Finally. The one thing I don't like about armor is you can't see what I'm wearing. I'm like in the beach outfit, so I'm gonna keep this on. But the one thing now is we need an iron farm because everyone else seems to have one except for me, and I always find myself kind of stealing. Either stealing or having to go mining. So you know what, we're gonna go ahead and just make an iron farm, but we need a few things first. What are those things? We need a new beach house. I know, second one this episode. I really have been like into beach houses recently, so like being on the beach on this SMP is a dream come true. I'm really liking this like architecture. It's one of my favorites, really, as long as it doesn't look too jank in real life, that is. So I need another beach house. I need an iron farm. I'm going to try and challenge myself. We'll see how small I can get this, but I want to have the biggest iron farm on the server if possible, but we'll see how that turns out. But odds are I'm getting a lot of more pale oak. I really like the way it looks. Yep, it looks like we're going to need a bunch of stuff. So it's time for a quick little speedy montage. Alrighty, so now I'm thinking the iron farm is probably going to go right around here. I'm deciding whether I want to extend the beach or not, but that is a decision for the time lapse. You should be hearing music. Let's get this building done. Because why not, really? You know, I have the bees. I have a whole bunch of extra bees. So, I figured. now it is time to make an iron farm. I actually really, really like the way this turned out. But anyways, let's not get distracted. So if I am to have the biggest iron farm on the server, I'm probably going to need the best cobblestone generator. Now I have a design, one that's pretty modular. I'm not going to lie, and we can make it in many different sizes, and we will most definitely be making this design more than once. But in that small little house, we can't fit one too big, but it should still be faster than everyone else's. We're also going to need a bunch of crushing wheels, which means we're going to need a lot of brass. This is so that we can make a mechanical crafter to actually make the crushing wheels. So let's get cooking. Some of this in here. Gonna need some of these. Cook up some iron. Get some of these going on. Get my brass out of here. And we need a whole lot of electron tubes. And I seem to be out of quartz, so I guess a quick little mining trip in the nether is due. That should be perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of the rose quartz. I need a bunch of sandpaper. Get some of the polished rose quartz going. Gonna need some stripped logs. I love this sound. Get my electron tubes. My mechanical crafters. So now I think I'm just gonna plop this down right in here. Get all these facing the right way. Get some of this hooked up, and now we are overstressed. There we go. So now I should be able to make a whole bunch of crushing wheels, which just needs a whole bunch of andesite alloy, which luckily I have made a whole bunch of, and then basically some rocks. So in total, I think I want 8 crushing wheels. Like I said, I do want to have the fastest iron farm on the server. Like I said, this also means I need a really, really, really large cobblestone farm, but I do have a plan for that. And it is one that I have made before on the channel. Get another one of these in here. So I have everything almost that I need. I just need a whole bunch of fans now. So I'm going to reserve one side of this for the cobble generator. Probably like this space right here will go ahead and just be the cobblestone generator. I'll go ahead and lay that out. Or actually, hold on, I'm changing my mind right now. We will reserve this space for the cobblestone generator. So I want the cobblestone to be taken. It needs to be crushed up. I would like to have 2 crushing wheels doing this at a time. Like I said, I want this to be fast. So I want to make sure the crushing wheels can keep up because this particular cobble farm that I'm going to build, and we'll show you guys here in a minute, is very fast. So I'll have my 4 crushing wheels right here. This is for making gravel. I just realized I actually probably don't need the other ones that I made. For whatever reason, I thought I needed sand. No, I don't. So this should be plenty fast enough for the cobblestone that this is going to be making here. But I plan on just having a vault of cobblestone here and the cobblestone generator probably a little bit above it. We'll probably have to finagle some things around. Maybe even make the cobblestone generator smaller, but we should have enough space. So from here, it's pretty simple. All that the gravel needs to do is get washed. So I'll take some belts here, and they should hopefully all finish washing by the time they get to here. I'm gonna have a bunch of fans as well. Yeah, see, unfortunately, might have to shorten this a bit because the staircase is in the way. Probably should have moved this over. In fact, I may still do that. So you know what? I'm not gonna worry about that just yet, and I will go ahead and just obstruct the staircase. Gonna need some smart chutes. And obviously some water as well. Yeah, really should have made this bigger. I have more space down here for stuff, but I might use it for something else, and I want the storage to be here. So fill all of these up with water. No longer need this here. Gonna need to hook this up to power. Yeah, the staircase absolutely has to move. So down below all of the belts. Yeah, see, there's gonna have to be some wall action going on here, but I need a bunch of these. I'm gonna need filters on all of these as well. So as soon as I start getting cobble and power over here and these filters set up, we should be good to start making iron. So I'm going to filter this for iron nuggets and flint, because that's everything that comes out of washing gravel. Place those into these guys. Have a belt running across here, and then we'll deal with more outputs down here whenever we get them. So now we need the cobblestone farm, which if I remember correctly, we're going to need a bunch of pumps. I'm probably just going to do 9 of them. A bunch of fluid pipes. Some gantry shafts. We're probably also going to want a lot of funnels. Or a lot of belts. You know, I need more kelp. Going to want a bunch of trapdoors as well. So basically the way that this cobblestone generator is going to work is it's going to be a contraption that places and unplaces breaking blocks that it makes, i.e. it's going to be making cobblestone from water and lava. And basically what happens is whenever it becomes a contraption, the cobblestone will make, then it will return back to its normal spot, which will then replace the blocks that are in its way, i.e. the cobblestone. And you can make this thing ridiculously fast. So if I go ahead and I set this up, we'll have something just like this with the gantry carriages like this. And this is going to make it to where whenever it reaches one side of it, it will go ahead and switch to the other side. This one needs to be right here. And In fact, you know, I'm gonna move this just a little bit over here. So there are many, you will find this video like a million times on YouTube. Just look up create cobblestone generator and you'll see the kind of design I'm going for. The great thing about this design is that you can pretty much make it however you like. So you can make it as big as you want. You really have a lot of customization with it. I'm just gonna make a 3x3 and it's gonna work like so. So I'm going to have all the pumps facing down. And what these are going to do is these are going to spew lava. I'm also going to be putting trapdoors on this so that we can waterlog it. So I'm sure you can kind of see what goes on here now. These are waterlogged with water. They spew lava. It makes lava. Or it makes cobblestone, right? And this is going to be the thing that moves back and forth. So these just need to be waterlogged. Perfect. Gonna need to glue all of this together. This needs a big old tank on it. It doesn't actually need that much lava, but it does need a tank to hold the lava. Gonna want a sequenced gear shift. And I'm also going to need a rotation speed controller if I want to make this thing fast. Awesome. So down below here, I'm going to need probably a pretty stupid amount of water wheels. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a bit interesting down here, but I do need the water wheels, the power. So this is 10 large water wheels. Will it be enough? That's a great question. One that I don't particularly know the answer to. Awesome, now they are all spinning, albeit kind of slow, but that's what the rotation speed controller is for. Gonna hook all of these up with chain drives. Awesome, now that all of these are connected, I can go ahead and send the power up. This will just go into a rotation speed controller, and we'll see how fast we can get this. Probably not too fast just yet, but that's fine. So we're gonna go ahead and power the fans, make sure these are spinning the right way. Next, let's power one of these sequenced gear shifts. Let's go ahead and get the power around. And then what happens when I power this? A little scared to find out, but I do want to see, just to make sure that this is working. I am going to need lava in here though first. So let's go grab some of that. And I know for a fact Ksaw has infinite lava, so hopefully he won't mind me snagging some. Just gonna quickly modify what he has going on over here. There we go. Back home we go. Let's go and get both buckets in there. Perfect. No longer need this. You have some lava, and now I also have to somehow get these guys turning. Cogwheel should do the trick. Hopefully nothing breaks from that. I don't think so. Oh yeah, and he will be spinning. I'm going to turn that off for right now, though. But as soon as I apply a redstone pulse to this guy, please nothing break. So this should just move back and forth, breaking the blocks that it comes in contact with, just like this. That is, if it had lava in it. So if I go ahead and I connect these up again, this should be spewing lava. I go ahead and activate this. We should see... Yes, that is what we want to see. So this does work. It makes a buttload of cobblestone. We are going to need to collect it all, and I'm a little bit worried. I don't need this here. I'm a little bit worried that it might get stuck on some blocks, though. So one thing that's also very important is that the farm doesn't go above 32 RPM. So I'm going to make a rotation speed controller to make sure that doesn't happen. At least the cobblestone part of it. So I'm going to want a big belt to pick up all of the items. And these will all be funneled into these crushing wheels. This should get the lava going out at a very slow speed. So I have the rotation speed controller going at 8 RPM. That should be plenty speed because the one down here needs to be a good amount faster. We're going to get a little redstone clock going on somewhere here. Should do a bit more planning, but I'm going to move these crushing wheels up because I want all of this to go into a big vault. So I'm going to put my big vault in right here. Sorry, window, you're going to be covered up. With all the funnels going in. Have a redstone link here, and if I remember correctly, my frequency block is concrete powder, so let's see if we can give this a shot. So, something like this going on. We're going to set this to receive. Little bit too fast. Yep, that broke it. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Okay. Cobblestone is still definitely staying on top of the trapdoors. Now, if I opened them, it might do something a little different. Nope, still not. Okay, so I keep having trouble with the gantry carriage. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I was able to get the cobblestone to go into the belt by putting the glass trapdoors just on top of the pumps. So I've gone through many videos at this point now. And the way I'm actually just going to do this is with a cart assembler because, gee golly, why is it so difficult to get this thing to work like it used to? I don't know. I also opted to windmill sail frames just because I think stuff can go through them, and I saw it in a video. I'll go ahead and link that video down in the description. My design's a little bit smaller, but it does the exact same thing pretty much. So I'm thinking I'm just going to have a cart right around here, have the redstone link on top of this guy. So if I go ahead and get that clock set up again, which this might move, I probably don't even need like the redstone link or anything. Yes, exactly what I want. And now, as we can see, the cobblestone is flowing through. much better. So this will get full. I probably should have made I need to make a threshold switch for this so it turns off after a certain point. This is filling up very fast. It's not even been a minute and we're at over 1,000. So safe to say, yeah, I probably do have the best cobblestone generator on the server. And this is only a 3x3 of one of these. You could make these as big as you want. So from here, I just went ahead and decided I was going to finish up the iron farm. There was a lot of iterations I went through and I had to tightly pack it into this space. I regret making this building so small, but we did end up getting it done. So the beach is looking pretty snazzy. I cannot lie to you guys. The iron farm is done. I have made some few changes to it. Like this is now being turned into straight iron, which I've been letting this run for about a day. I'm not sure if it's been loaded for that long. I don't think it has, but it is so cluttered up here. Oh my gosh. But it looks pretty good. Now we could speed this up a lot as soon as we get more power, but for now this will have to do. And I could just water wheel spam, but I don't want to have too much lag on the server, at least around my base yet. This should be plenty of iron for now. Is it the fastest on the server? Maybe. Maybe. It definitely could be if we upgrade it, but for now this is gonna have to do. Anyways, though, that is unfortunately all the time I have for today. So if you guys did enjoy today's episode of Makeshift, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more of me, more of the Create Mod, more Makeshift, please subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Makeshift. I said that like 3 times. Later.